Hey, how's it going everyone? And today we're going to show you how to grow your chest. And strap yourself in today, boys, because we're going to go breastfeeding. So your chest is made up of three main parts. It's made up of the upper chest, the middle chest, and the lower chest. And all perform horizontal abduction, or in other words, bring your elbow from back here all the way forward and in front of your body, basically like this. And there are multiple exercises which actually perform that movement. So to work your upper chest, what you need to do is do some sort of exercise that horizontally abducts your elbow around a 30-degree angle upwards. And exercises that could do this could be an inclined barbell bench press, demonstrated right here, if you prefer to use barbells. And if you prefer to use dumbbells, then you must simply get a bench of the same kind, but then use an appropriate amount of weight that you can actually handle with the dumbbells over here. And another thing could also be, if you prefer to use cables, would be to use cables like this, of where you pretty much press at a 30-degree angle and don't put those the cable height all the way down, because otherwise it will just turn into a shoulder press, as demonstrated here, and where it will just basically put the majority of the tension. You'll emphasize the majority of the tension on the front delts and not on the upper chest. Or another exercise that could do it if you have no weights at all would be the decline push-up. And the reason as to why it is different there is just simply because, again, you're horizontally abducting your elbows at a 30-degree angle upwards, and that puts the most emphasis on the upper chest. And if there are any machines available at the gym that do press at a 30-degree angle upwards, then make sure you do use them, as it will literally be probably providing you with the most upper chest growth. And the reason being is because of the fact that you have no stability concerns whatsoever, and you can completely focus on pushing the upper chest to close to true muscular failure. And all these movements here are all compound movements, and they will work your front delts and your triceps to some degree, but if you do put your elbows at around about outside shoulder width apart, then you should hopefully be getting a bigger upper chest. Most of the tension should be on the upper chest and not everything else instead. So now onto the mid chest, and so that part of the chest activates every single time when you press perpendicular to your chest and your whole body yourself. And those exercises could include flat bench press, flat dumbbell press, flat machine press of some kind, flat cable press, of where the cable height is basically at nipple height, as well as also flat push-ups if you don't have any weights whatsoever. And those, yet again, are all compound exercises. However, there is an isolation exercise that you can do for the chest, and that would be chest flies, of where if your gym does have this, you can use that chest fly machine as demonstrated right here, of where you place the seat height to around just the point where your hands are basically at nipple height, and then you basically, and instead of just focusing on bringing your biceps, your hands together like this and trying to move around as much weight as possible, like I see so many people who use the chest fly machine, instead you want to lean back like this, with the scapula retracted, I don't know if you can see, with it retracted back like this, so that you can basically open your chest out. And then what you must do is focus on like getting the elbows a bit back here, and then focus on squeezing your elbows close together. You must focus on getting your elbows together to get the full chest contraction. However, if your gym doesn't have the chest fly machine here, you can do the exact same thing with dumbbells on a flat bench like here. However, and do the exact same thing as what would be done on a chest fly machine, and don't put your elbows all the way over here or up here, because then you're just risking yourself of an injury. And so finally, now we have the lower chest to be able to do, and whilst I don't necessarily think this part of the chest is as necessary to build up, due to the fact that you are still building it up very effectively when you do perpendicularly horizontal pressing for your middle chest, as it also does work very hard during those presses. What working the lower chest will just simply do is it will just put a little bit more emphasis on doing low chest exercises. Will just put a little bit more emphasis on working the lower chest, and I don't necessarily think doing some decline benching and stuff is going to be effective, due to the fact that it really doesn't decline much. However, I do think some sort of machine decline press would do. However, what I typically would find the best exercise to do any sort of decline pressing would be the dips. And if you do actually want to know about how to be able to do dips, and if you do want to be able to perform dips correctly, then please watch the next video that will be out after this video has been released, about how to correctly do the dip. And if you do also want to know about how to perform any of these other exercises that I've mentioned here, then please let me know in the comments below, so that I can show those videos for you. Right, if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button or hit the watch later button, so that you can reiterate and come back to this video so you can get a better understanding of what I just said, and subscribe so that you don't have to listen to any more BS advice that is out there on the internet.